Hi fans, thanks for clicking on the Dreaded D Rose report. Don't tell anybody where you're getting your news from because I'd have too many clicks on this YouTube. But if you want to, go ahead. Just don't tell nobody. Hey! This is from the Wrestling Observer newsletter saying former WWE diva Mickie James was going to be appearing at Tajire's Smash Promotions in Japan, July 24th. Also going to be appearing Scotty 2 Hotty and Eugene is going to be wrestling. And Shawn Michaels was said to be furious about Daniel Bryan's release from WWE. Michaels was Daniel's original trainer years ago. And the actual numbers for WrestleMania 26 has shown that there was, now this is kind of interesting, had 61,093 fans in the building. But the building was set up for 67,488. This would be the second straight year that WrestleMania was not sold out, even with the free ticket giveaways, I guess. And apparently there are around 6,000 free tickets given out every year. The actual live gate was, though, $5.5 million. The numbers that WWE announced were 72,219 fans in the building and a $5.8 million gate. That was higher than the numbers originally by Polestar, but I don't know who the hell Polestar is, but they must do a lot of the releasing of gate money. As noted before, Batista was at this week's Strike Force at MMA show and made it clear that he left WWE because he was unhappy with the direction the company was going. It was probably going without him. Dave Meltzer asked Batista if he would do something like Chris Jericho and return in a year or so, and Batista said he didn't want to be compared to Chris Jericho and has no plans on returning, but did not rule out one day a return. As soon as we miss him and demand him back, he'll be there. And if we don't miss him and demand him to come back, he'll be there anyway. Batista joked that he was in Los Angeles looking for work and said that he's open for offers, but it was MMA or acting, he says. Well, Batista had discussions about doing a reality TV show. And apparently Batista was approached with an offer by a non-major MMA group. Word is that it's a big money offer and it's for 2 fights only. Likely pay-per-view events, and the first opponent would be a well-known, former headliner, I guess, older MMA person. All right, if I find out any more. Anyway, Batista's contract with WWE has already expired, and he's a free agent right now. TNA did make an offer to Batista, but a large amount of money that they spent on bringing him and other names in recently, they couldn't come close to matching what he was earning at WWE, but it was big money to TNA and their people. And he would have a lot of time off, too. As noted before, but people get in trouble with time off. As noted before, WWE employees recently voted on the 50 greatest wrestlers of all time for a new DVD that's going to be planned. There's already controversy surrounding the product as a lot of the people are voting, but Vince McMahon will look at the final list and rearrange it the way he wants it. I knew that. Apparently the DVD will contain wrestlers from all over the world, not just North America. It's going to be interesting to see names like Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair. Are they going to make it onto the DVD? Several people in WWE are talking more and more about Chris Jericho leaving the company when his contract expires in September. Word is that Jericho asked officials for permission to try and become a host of that TV show Downfall I've been telling you about. His game show. Anyway, he was given the okay then, and when Jericho was hired for the show, apparently Vince McMahon got mad, and nobody really explained why, except Vince probably thought he wouldn't get hired. But Jericho's been on somewhat of a losing streak lately, and has been given less promo time, and he's only the top star missing from the Raw last week, where Raw Superstars stood against the NXT rookies. Didn't see him. And it's always a possibility that all of this is a part of a storyline where Jericho will align himself with the group, but not confirmed. So they may either be backing off. They usually do that, make people wrestle pigs and hogs and stuff like that when they get ready to leave. Just ask Vicky. Former WWE star and Tough Enough winner Matt Capitelli is now working as a personal trainer at Ideal Fitness in Louisville, Kentucky. He originally had a brain tumor. I'm glad he's doing good, and had operation and cancer, I think. Dos Caras has been using the name Alberto Castillo at recent WWE events. Cara's real name is Alberto Rodriguez. He goes by a bunch of names. Aliases all over. As mentioned before, Zack Ryder suffered a concussion during the match with R-Truth, The Miz, and John Morrison on Monday's Raw. Ryder had to get stitches in his head later at night. There's also been at least some talk about bringing around Brett DiBiase to the main roster once he returns from his injury this fall, and planned the Fortunate Son stable with Ted DiBiase and NXT rookie Michael McGillicuddy. They're going to try and get him in on that, and of course it's all going to be depending on what happens now and then, which could be anything. And did you hear Ric Flair on TNA Thursday say he's reforming the Four Horsemen, but they're going to be called Fortune? It's like me. I drive a Mercedes, but it's made by Chevrolet and it's called an Aveo. That don't make no sense. Anyway, due to international tours, WWE is going to be taping 2 episodes of Raw in the same night several times over the next few months. The July 26th, August 2nd episode of Raw is going to be taped on July 26th in San Antonio, Texas. August 16th show and the 32nd, August 32nd. August 23rd episode is going to be taped August 16th in Los Angeles, the night before SummerSlam. Finally, the September 20th and September 27th show of Raw is going to be taped on the 20th in Indianapolis, Indiana. Please make a note of it. R-Truth told Baltimore Sun this week that he was working on a new metal hip-hop song called Right Time. I thought for sure it was going to be What's Up. Truth doesn't know yet if it's going to be released as his entrance theme or some other special kind of use. New name for WWE's upcoming 3-disc DVD of Chris Jericho is the highlight reel. Set to be released September 21st. Please make a note of that. While WWE has the name Tommy Dreamer trademark, Dreamer could still use the name in TNA and elsewhere whenever he wants, as he can show that he's used his name before WWE. Even after everyone knows Dreamer's used the name for years. It is said that Paul Heyman does not want to come to TNA with the way things are currently set up as far as the creative and anything else goes. But the reason TNA is bringing in several former ECW stars is because the Focus that did research a few months back, I guess, showed that many fans responds to ECW in their favorite period in wrestling when asked. That's what fans said. The results of the focus group is that really started bringing the idea up of Paul Heyman to lead the group of ECW stars. But hey, if you don't want to come there, don't let him. I mean, just go on, do the best you can. F4W Online says Hulk Hogan's been negotiating with A&E, True TV, Fox about another reality show based on himself. Well, aren't we special? Hogan wants to call the show Resurrection of Hulk Hogan. And a little bit of a correction, I guess, that went on this week. Suicide in TNA is now going to be played by Kiyoshi, I guess, not New Japan star Okada. Be played by me as far as I know. Spike TV has added yet another TNA show to their Thursday night lineup. Plan is to bring TNA Explosion, which has been aired internationally. That's why we can't get it local. I mean, on our cable channels. But they're going to try to bring it to 8 p.m. on Thursdays. No word yet where they're going to be, when they're going to be airing it. Eventually, they're going to try it for a while. TNA will run Explosion at 8 o'clock, Impact at 9, and Reaction, another Bischoff show after TNA at 11 o'clock on Thursday night. So it's going to be all TNA kind of events on Thursday. I told you, Thursday nights, it's TNA. Hey, thanks for listening. Check back. I gotta go.